The United States Senate's passage Tuesday of the Respect for Marriage Act marks a step forward toward codifying into federal law what the Supreme Court decided back in 2015. It essentially allows at the federal level for those in same-sex marriages to qualify for benefits. But what about the state level? Rod Maloney live with why the state attorney general is concerned about those rights remaining intact here in Michigan. Rod?
Well, Devin, the name of that decision that you were just talking about is called Obergefell. It's a name you may have heard, and you're likely to hear more of. Now, the Attorney General is concerned that this could get overturned by the Supreme Court going forward, which would make Michigan's constitutional amendment that voters put forth back in 2004 banning same-sex marriage into effect yet again. Outside former Judge Rudy Serra's home fly two flags, the state of Michigan and the rainbow. He's a former Triangle Foundation board member and says if Obergefell gets overturned,
well, yes, I think it would be devastating.
The concern stems from U.S. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas's writing in the recent ruling turning abortion over to the states. He said, quote, "We should reconsider all of this court's substantive due process precedents, including Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell, because any substantive due process decision is demonstrably erroneous," end quote. If that happens, Serra believes,
and I think that that would be completely chaotic. You can't allow people to marry and then tell them their marriage is no longer valid.
But the Heritage Foundation's Emma Waters says this is all just political posturing.
There's been this recurring message on the left that the threat to Obergefell and the threat to same-sex marriage is imminent in the United States, but that's simply not true.
She says there's no effort of any kind right now to make that happen, and says opposition to same-sex marriage is misconstrued.
But it's a deeply held belief in the way that men and women are meant to interact with one another and the kinds of children and fruits that they are able to bear from that union.
Still, Serra remains concerned.
If it does get overturned, would be very, very damaging to the community, and I hope it does not get overturned.
Well, that's kind of down the road and up the street because of the Senate passing that bill last night, the Respect for Marriage bill, and then moving it on to the House, which is expected to sign it or actually vote on it next week. And the president himself has said he expects to sign it when it hits his desk. Reporting live in Clawson, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod.